Hello, Heron Dancers. Thank you for joining me today. I want to talk a little bit about change and failure in creative work. I've been struggling lately. My imagination has been captured by abstract work that brings to a room a sense of peace, to a home a sense of peace, that relies on the delicate nature of watercolor, its transparency, its ability to flow with water, and my efforts to take that skill with watercolor and create paintings that are beautiful and peaceful. So I've been painting 8, 9, 10 hours a day for the last month, and painted maybe 100 paintings and thrown them all out. A couple I kept just to show you what failure looks like. But one I think did capture what I'm after, and then a couple more that are, not as representative, but that approach my objective. So, talking this over with a friend and reader of Heron Dance and supporter of Heron Dance, he sent me a quote from a book he's reading, the quote by David White, the book entitled Consolations 2. So here it is. All true artists refuse to comply with the language or behaviors of branding. All true artists shed their hides multiple times in their lives, letting any trace of a fixed mark fall away in the process. And then my thoughts in today's post on that. We shed our hides in pursuit of vague images, half-understood stories, right on the edge of our imagination, on the edge of our skill set, our comfort zone. If a vision is clear, it's not creative. It is skill. It is a task, a job. It is routine. Bob Dylan, I record in my journal things I read that I find particularly thought-provoking and helpful. And a number of them are from Bob Dylan. Here's a couple of his on this subject. I know I do turn to these quite often, but I think they're appropriate and worthwhile here. An artist has to be careful never to really arrive at a place where he thinks he's at somewhere. You always have to be constantly in a state of becoming. I change during the course of a day. I wake and I'm one person, and when I go to sleep, I know for certain I'm somebody else. So the significance in creative work is the conflict. I think a part of the significance is the conflict between this constant desire to explore new directions, the bubbling up of ideas that creative people constantly deal with and need to decide what to focus on. In a business, you need to take what worked yesterday, last year, and build on it today. And if you don't do that, if you're constantly reinventing yourself regardless of past successes, and you're constantly abandoning past successes to do something completely new, you are going to run out of energy and you're going to run out of customers. You build your customer base around what they want. And if you're the Rolling Stones and you rent a huge coliseum, the people that go to hear your songs from 20, 30 years ago, that the songs that remind them of their youth, they don't go to hear your new work, by and large. You couldn't fill a coliseum with people who wanted to hear your new work if that work is radically different from what made you successful. The artist, the Miles Davis, the Picasso, their work of this year often bears no resemblance to the work of 10 years ago, the work of 5 years ago. And of course, they are at the pinnacle of their creative fields, and they did successfully constantly evolve. But the vast majority of artists don't pull that off. So I like to show you some of my new work. I like to show you where I think I hit the mark, and work that disappoints me to varying degrees. I mean, some of it's good, and certainly I'll offer it for sale, but basically I'm taking all my old successful work and offering it at 50% off, and I'll post coupons for members, that is, people who support Hair and Dance and keep it going. I want to allow them the opportunity first to take advantage of this sale and buy art at this steep discount. So it's all 50% off, and I'll show you the some of my new work now. So this painting, I think, hit the mark in terms of its delicate watercolor, the abstract shapes, the interesting shapes. And I'm using this as my guide for my future paintings. This was a painting I finished yesterday. I'm going to show you what it looked like when I started, and this is what it was when I started. Now, for many years, this would have been fine, but I took it, turned it vertically, and painted the butterfly. Here it is again as it started out. And okay, here now we're on to the next painting in the series. I like this. It's not quite what I'm aiming for. It's a little too heavy-handed. This one, way too heavy-handed. An abstract, but not delicate. This one, too realistic. So this one's going in the $100 pile for people who visit the gallery. This one is the out-and-out failure of the ones I wanted to show you. Way too heavy-handed. Kind of like this. Again, not delicate enough, but I like the shapes. I like the mood that it inspires. So in the sense of offering a mood of peace, I like it and think it to be worthwhile. All right, well, that's all for today, and thank you for your interest in the work.